Gather round, sit down, and guys, welcome back to some more Virtue's Last Reward. Last episode, we got betrayed by Dio. After being the complete scientific genius that we were, Dio came up and swiped away the goddamn vial of Exlavier, or whatever they call it, and completely destroyed all our hopes and dreams of saving Quark. But hopefully, he's forced us to ally. Hopefully, us allying will give us what we need. We have 45 minutes remain.
Ambidex Game polling closes.
Dio is cucking us right in the fucking foot.
I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio, you stress me out. And one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away.
Dio, you
Besides,
piss me
I
off.
thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve.
I've already lost it.
I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I know he's gonna ally. I'm sure he's gonna ally. 100% sure he's gonna ally. I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. So was Phi. And of course Clover. Where's Team Yoji and the rest of them?
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Ten Miyoji and Luna are looking after him.
Thank you guys, I see.
Well, it's hard to say.
Thank you.
He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
Yeah.
Right?
No change then, huh? Okay.
So what was your room, Sigma?
Laboratory.
Did it
Yeah.
look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA?
You know
and
what?
kinds of things?
That's exactly what that was.
It did.
Exactly
Is there any
that.
of that Excelivir?
That you found some
Maybe. There could have been. There could have been. My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Beside me, Clover
I
Bitterlip.
see.
So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Fi only shook her head. With an unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged. God damn, Dio's fucking us
Where does that
royally.
leave us? We still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious
Cry?
about the lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show
Please
you the way.
do.
That would be wonderful.
Can I come? I'll
Maybe we'll
come.
Go have a look. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
Thanks, Dio. Really appreciate it. God, what a
I shall take
bastard.
you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary and see how
Then I will
Quark's
too.
doing.
Glad that's settled.
Okay, so she nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. They're gonna know what the IG replicator is and does. They're gonna know that we can replicate Excelivir, there. Okay then. Guess
Hold
we
on.
should be going
Show me
to...
that journal first. Dio told
Can you
me
read
about
it?
it.
Can
He
you
wouldn't
read
tell
it?
me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with his words, some sort of bullshit language.
I bet you
He
she
said
can
you
read
had
it.
so I was hoping I could take a
Please
look.
tell me she can read it. Yeah, one sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning
This is
each one.
Latin.
Okay, Latin. You can read it. Yeah,
with
she
time
can
and a
read
dictionary.
Latin. Ah, fuck. So in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This
Yeah,
looks like
fuck
some
you,
kind of
Phi.
research log.
Phi, you should be able to do anything in a fly.
It's not going to be some sort of.
Flies can
I took
fly.
the dog
Flies
for a
can
walk today.
fly. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It was
Okay.
nice kind of stuff.
That's
I can
fair enough,
understand
to
a
be
little
honest.
of it, mostly conjunctions and things
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
going to be very complicated
But
parts of
most these
Latin.
words I've never even seen before.
That's fair. You know what? I'll give Phi benefit of the doubt there. Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she
Wait,
stopped.
I can
Waiting.
read this one. Page 216. This is
Okay.
research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
I hope this is a good
Don't
one. What's
rush
it
me.
say?
This is gonna
Come
take
on,
a
Phi.
minute.
No, I need to know. I'm rushing you. Tell me. Please. Okay.
Interesting.
What?
All right, I think I
Okay,
got
we're
it.
learning something, guys. We're
Looks like
learning
they're talking
something.
about Radical 6.
Okay, Radical 6. What? Why are they
Not
talking
sure.
about that?
Let me read
okay.
it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
Sweet. When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume that... Okay, so I know this. I read this all last episode. It slows down the body's time compared to real time. Radical, in other words, is another term for what is also known as the root operation. That's what it's called. The square root of... That's what I couldn't think of in the last episode. The function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. How could you read this, Phi, but not be able to read all the other stuff? The function inverse? You just happen to know the Latin words for function inverse, Phi? It's a little bit bullshit. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear. Blah, 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 blah. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world as moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded, for instance, blah, 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 blah. Although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact 24.5 seconds have passed. That's interesting. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. This is a more in-depth sort of thing of what we found in the secret files. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill at least disable Radical 6, but we've never been able to develop one. Seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we've been able to locate a suitable subject, so I've continued my efforts to discover an alternate means for treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from the piling up, the entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with constant swarms of even every day assembled crows. Ironically, the only healthy looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Well, fuck. So that's literally telling us that this is a really bad. Well, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. What's that? About 40%? Okay.
Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself. But I still feel like we're in a simulation. There's something weird about this.
First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make
Okay.
of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelavir that cures it.
But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Probably not.
But then, if it was written 20 years ago, why haven't they seen piles of bodies on the street? Or have they been knocked out for 20 years?
Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions.
Like this one.
The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities?
I think it might be.
But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The
What do you
few
mean?
Humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected? We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe. Oops. But Quark's been infected,
maybe
right?
the virus got in somehow.
So what did she say? There's no way to know for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
Just
That
think
would be
about it for a
bad.
minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were
Literally,
asleep when
I
the
think it can
pandemic
make
that the
sense.
newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up.
It's all just speculation, but
I could believe it. No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right? And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
yeah, you're right.
I really need to know what's going on, see?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions.
Yeah.
We should see if we can find anything else.
I mean, I agree, Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, when you come to the infirmary
Changed
with
my
me?
mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
Thank you. You going to the laboratory, and with that, I hope she's going to the laboratory. I hope she knows about the IG replicator. I hope she knows what IG means, so we know we can replicate Excelivir, so that we can save Quark in the other timeline. I hope I can get a good ending. She was gone. Holy fuck, man. I let a long tired sigh and I started off towards the infirmary. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I think we've got this. Okay, we're gonna go see Quark. How's he
Seems to
doing?
be stable.
Still sleeping.
Okay, so he's stable and sleeping. I see. Mind if I have a look?
Go ahead.
Let's have a look at old little baby boy. I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fire and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives are at stake. Mine and Quark's. Quark's life is so much more important. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide, which is what was happening. He wanted to kill himself. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Excelivir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was then what to do. Sacrifice myself to save Quark, or keep quiet about the danger he was in and to save myself? It wasn't so faint. I almost didn't hear it. It was so faint. Grandpa? Quark's calling out to Grandpa. He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have ever considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do. Sigma, you're a good guy. Sigma is a good man. Okay, 10 minutes.
If no vote is recorded before
Any non-voting parties will automatically
It's
ally.
almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo.
If you don't vote, you'll automatically ally.
I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you gonna do if Kay and Alice vote
Nothing,
betray?
I suppose. Just means I lost that round.
Tim Yoji doesn't even
I'd
care
just be
about the
voting
game.
ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right?
Alice.
only has one BP left.
Yeah.
If I pick Betray and they chose Ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind.
Tim Yoji's a good
You see?
man.
Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not.
I still don't see why he betrayed on me, but
I
you're a
vote's the
good
same
man,
either
Tim Yoji. Tim Yoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright,
Of course,
take care of Quark.
You worry about yourself.
Thanks, Tim Yoji. Let's
Okay.
go. Luna and I headed out the infirmary, leaving Tim Yoji and Quark behind. Okay. It's time. I'm voting ally. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else was waiting for us. Hey, everyone. How did it all go? Especially the laboratory search. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey,
Take a
where's
look at the
Dio?
doors.
He's in his room. They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean
That he went in, I
Exactly.
guess. That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Excelsior from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered to try to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he had made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
He's not coming. Luna explained Tenmyoji's
I
choice.
see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
Literally,
What
Alice.
will you guys be choosing then?
Please
Ally,
choose
of
Ally.
course.
Good.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
What's wrong with that?
Forces you.
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't.
How
need
do
to
we
go in
trust
there.
Kay? Yeah, don't go in.
Alice can vote by herself.
Literally.
Nothing to worry about, right?
Well,
Exactly. Come on,
I
Kay.
apologize, but I'm afraid I can't.
Why
agree to that.
not? Why not, Kay?
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. And in they went. Only seconds later they disappeared into the third room from the left. Why did he disagree?
I hope Alice is going to be okay. Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
Okay, well, I need to go into my room with Clover.
5 minutes remain until
Ambidex Game polling closes.
Time's almost up.
Well, shit.
Come on, Luna.
Okay, bye guys. Where's Clover? They headed off at a trot towards the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
Right behind you.
Thanks, Clover. I have to pick Ally. I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AB room. In goes my card. And it's time? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, my neck is really sore, guys. Oh, God. When you just want to break your neck. Okay. Once we click start, the door will automatically lock. And that's what's happening right now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to pick Ally. I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You'll die.
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No.
I don't know.
6 BP right now.
If he
picks
betrays,
then
he'll have 9 points. Well, what about you? You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose Ally and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9.
No, that's not. I didn't even realize that until you brought it up.
Really, Clover?
I was trying to tell you that Dio was going to pick Betray.
I don't
That's
think
who he is.
I don't think he is that. I don't think, and I'm trying to tell you I made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
Called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelsior, even if you do what he says?
I just have to trust. Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Whoa, huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran towards the voting machine. No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backwards with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry, guess that was a little
Hey,
too hard, huh?
What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
And you can't just kill an innocent kid. Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
You're gonna die. Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this.
You don't know that.
I don't want you to die.
Why not?
10 seconds
Thanks. That means a lot to hear that you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and he turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
That was really heavy. Clover really didn't want us to die, but the only choice that makes sense to me is to pick Ally. Always Ally. I would always pick Ally in this game. I would die in this game. If I ever played this game, I would be dead.
Ambidex Game
Has been completed.
Results will be displayed.
Oh
in
god,
the
my eyes are
warehouse.
getting all watery.
Thank
Oh
you,
no,
Ambidex Game.
I'm sad. But I trust Dio. I'm sure he was using this as a way to make sure that we didn't pick Betray. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the results screen.
Sigma.
I'm sorry, Clover. I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. This is it. This is where we see if I die. Is that all that's here right now? Fuck. Kay and Alice. Kay betrayed? And Dio betrayed. I'm dead. I actually die. Lunifying Corkle allied. Kay and Alice betrayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
God damn it. Dio.
Check your brain.
9, 3, 3, 4, 9, negative 1.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but I stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Oparer. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets off of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. The wait, this is a long path. What? Damn it. You keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned in my Herculean effort, and with my Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excalibur in the laboratory.
Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excalibur. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label had unmistakably said Excalibur. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out towards her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay?
Just fine, Phi.
Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the Oparer, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the Tubo Cure Arena is
9 minutes later.
It'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the Oparer was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma, you can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There always is another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Cutting off my arm? No way. To be continued? What? Okay, let's save the game. God damn, well. Now let's betray him. Now let's betray and see what happens. God damn, I really thought we were going to finish some things. Start, and now we'll go through the whole fight. Okay, let's betray him. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to break it, but let's betray him. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and we walk outside. We'll keep skipping until Clover and I walked out slowly of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Damn right I did. Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, alright? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Let's just jump him instantly. Did you tell her?
We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go check the results.
So you told Alice. So we've got me, Clover, and Alice on board. And Fi will instantly help out too. Betray ally. I don't understand why K betrayed. Betray. Ha ha ha! Yes, this is the first time someone's results didn't change. Fuck you, Dio. You're not getting out of here. But why did K betray? In fact, where is Alice entirely? Alice wasn't in the picture in both of them, and Alice didn't react to me dying.
Please check
Did she?
to see your updated
Has he knocked? Did he knock out Alice? Yeah, and her arm's not in this pair up.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
So you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of whole-carded bastard are you? Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
We found the Excalibur in the laboratory.
Stolen. What?
That's
He
right.
really has it? Right
He
now?
sure does.
Nah, I don't have it.
What do you mean? What?
I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
Is he gonna break it? He's gonna throw it at the ground. The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No, don't! You can stop him. I leapt towards him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up, and broke it. And threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard!
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen ally, this never would have happened.
Fuck.
You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Ugh. I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard! I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward, only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. Fi. It was Fi. Why? Why are you stopping me?
Time for that.
Huh? What do you mean that this isn't the time for?
9 door.
Kay's at it. Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What? What is he? Kay was on 9. His BP is 9. Suddenly we were all running towards Kay in the number 9 door. And Kay has left the building. Why, Kay? Kay, what in the hell do you think you're
What am I
doing?
Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
God damn it, Kay.
Kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After
Why?
a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be
But-
taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9.
I'm taking him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do.
You're right.
This is the most logical choice.
Do I agree with Kay?
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open
For 9 seconds. We've never seen someone properly escape.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She
Why?
has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned.
What do you
She's
mean?
only sleeping.
Oh no.
You knocked her
What
out.
did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
What? Dio charged at Kay, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door before it closed. And that's all we have. Kay has left the building. No one else can leave. Because we need 3 people to walk through a door.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends
The nonary game. So now what?
For your participation. As the game is over, all doors
Oh.
other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Enjoy our stay. Escape is not possible. All the doors are unlocked. Game over. What? Yeah, well, I'll overwrite that. I don't know if we have enough information to save Quark yet. There isn't enough medication. God damn it, I didn't mean to return. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Next episode, I think I'm going to go and see if we found another pathway unlocked because we did that whole thing. We learned about the IG replicator and stuff. I wonder whether we can now go and save both Alice and Quark with the Excelivir that we find. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, wherever I make. Stay safe, Bully Squad. See ya!